project was projected to cost us about $3,900. We came in about $4,100. And we're gonna get about $1,200 of that back from Consumers Energy. But we can expect a 6 to 8 week wait for that check to come.
And one thing, if you hit those switch, show them how it changed, because before, in this room, when we started changing them, it was all or nothing. If you hit the switch, you can show them.
Yeah, we altered the lights a little bit.
Or-
We still have both switches working, but now you can control the lighting that handles most of the room. You can bump it up a notch with that, or when we're doing our audio visuals, which the fire department does a lot, using the front screen, we can shut the front lights off, leave the back ones on for students to be able to use the desks and the tables. So that conversion, it wasn't just light bulbs, so that was, that required the changing of all the ballasts
Correct.
in all the interior lighting. All of them in the fire department, this office, this room, the other offices, and then the bays down at Station 2 and the office at Station 2.
Which brings us to our next point. We now have a surplus of lights.
We got a lot of stuff laying
And
around now.
we have a surplus of ballast, and we have other stuff,
Yeah, we've got over a dozen exterior lights now that still work.
right?
They're just high energy items that we should find something to do with, which we could probably use to recoup even more costs on the project. But we've got over 100 4-foot fluorescent bulbs, and we've got probably 6 dozen ballasts to go with those bulbs. And we have a few 8-foot fluorescent light fixtures too that are laying around now.
Plus other odds and ends that the township has.
Yep.
Which is the idea for the board to consider having a yard sale. Find out what the board feels, because as,
Well, the stuff is,
It's
most
still
of the stuff
value.
is scrappable. I mean, if we just wanted to scrap it, we could do that. There's some aluminum in there. And those ballasts are heavy enough that there's probably some weight to scrapping them. I do have some stuff that needs to be scrapped anyway. But I think we could probably recoup more money out of it if we sold it to people that were still into T12 lighting. And
Well,
still into the lights of mercury vapor, and metal halide stuff, so.
we're required to try to recoup value. We can't give it away, and we're required by statute to try to recoup. So that was where the idea of a yard sale came in. So what does the board think about that idea? And there's other things. I know the fire department has some stuff. Bob has a, I don't know, accumulation he keeps
Yeah.
in the shed.
How would we advertise that?
Well, that was the big question, and that's something I would have to research, thinking, the yard sale would either be towards the end of August or September, around the
Who's gonna run the yard
holidays.
sale?
That was the next question, Mr. Parker.
Yeah, I mean,
It's quite possible that you could spend as much money as you gotta
Right.
make.
Well,
As far
that's
as
the
marketing
question,
is concerned,
That's the
especially if
question.
you're gonna hit the papers,
right? That if you go the paper route,
Yeah.
it would be. So that's the question, is there a way to advertise, basically what they are is building materials, will they allow you to advertise free through the building places? Some will, some won't. So, it's just an idea.
I suppose we could also make a donation to Restore,
And now,
which is zero, we can't donate,
we
that's
can't,
right.
no,
Yeah.
we can't donate. So think about that idea. Bring it back. It would, if it's feasible, determine it in the August meeting. I mean, it needs to be thought about.
Either way, scrapping is our final option.
Right.
I mean, except the bulbs, the bulbs might end up being a dump, there'd be a cost to take them to the dump or something,
Or,
And then I'd have to check to make sure we're not violating some kind of EPA rule.
I know, yeah. Because then you
Since
gotta,
we've got like 120 of them.
I think we need to look at some way of recouping that. So think about that idea or any other ideas. Let me know, because that'll be on the August agenda to determine something. So that was kind of a thought thing. Bob and I were batting around how to recoup money is what it boils down to.
And if we're
How
thinking
much
about
can
a
we
yard
do?
sale, you wanna do that before the people that are around here leave for the summer.
Right, so you'd have to have it sometime in August, towards the end of August.
How much you gonna recoup?
Couple $100, $300 if we're lucky.
Why don't you sell it all as a lump sum to an
Yeah.
auction?
Oh, Marion,
person? Oh,
sorry, no, no audience participation. Parker,
Where's that yardstick?
yeah, no. No, and we've added ideas back and forth, so, everywhere from how you would let people know to, you know, the problem is we are bound to try to recoup money. We're bound by that. It's constitutionally, so we're bound to, so come up with any ideas and let me know. I welcome other ideas if you've got them, just not right now. So. All right, thank you. Thank you, Bob. All right, Miss Debbie.
Okay, as you guys, as the board knows, we are in the process of changing our accounts from Talmer Bank to PNC. So we have decided, or I have decided, to try a few new things to make it a little bit easier for everybody. The reason we are changing, and if somebody didn't know this before, was because we no longer will get courier service, which was $25 a month. And for me to go to Talmer, which is out on Seminole Road, is 50 miles for me round trip, which would cost the township $25 every time I went, which in return would be over $100 a month if I only went once a week. And during tax season, there are times when I need to go more than once a week. So with PNC, I visit Meyer quite often. I wouldn't even charge the township if I just drop off a deposit. So it would cost a lot less for the township. So we have opened the two accounts. We are now waiting for checks to come. I've ordered checks and deposit tickets. And we are also going to try direct deposit, a payroll, which if everybody has noticed, we sent a notice out with your paycheck, and we'd like to get that going. So as soon as you can get that back to Dick, that would be great. And then we're also trying another service that's called Direct Now, or Deposit Now, I'm sorry, Deposit Now, which is a little machine where I can take the checks and I can actually run them through and deposit them every day. But I cannot do cash, so I would still have to bring cash to the bank. And so I think we're moving forward in getting this done. We're hoping to have the accounts closed at Talmer either August or beginning of September. I've already talked with Talmer about it. So, does anybody have any questions about what's going on?
Yeah, do you know how, you had said you had opened those accounts. How long will it take to get the checks that you ordered?
I don't know, I haven't gotten the proof yet.
Okay.
They're working on the proof right now. I talked with, we're getting them through Micrographics because it was less than half the price of anywhere else to go through them.
How will that affect your distribution?
I have checks from PNC right now. I'm actually depositing the taxes into PNC, and they gave me a book of checks to get started. So I'll give them to Dick and Dick can fill them out.
And once you, if you don't have enough of those, the bank can give you more.
Right, and I've talked to PNC about that, I've talked to Micrographics about it. So, we are headed, it's just a slow process. You know, I've gotten a few things in the mail from PNC, now I've gotten some emails today from them, so everything is getting started. So I'm excited about it.
Good.
Something new for the township, something hopefully that will be beneficial to employees of the township also.
We kind of come full circle. Because we were there before. Okay,
We were. I didn't know that.
thank you for,
Okay.
any board members have any other questions on it? Thank
Oh.
you. Oh,
I had one other thing I forgot to to mention, and that was with our training for BSNA. We received the bill, and it was the same amount that we were told. And,
That's good.
yes, and we figured that it ended up being less expensive for us to have the training here than it would have been if we would have driven there, because Cedar Creek came in with us on it, so they're paying half the bill, and they felt the same way when I talked to them today, that it was a lot better than having to drive there. They came out here, they answered any of our questions, they even looked on our computers, and I think everybody was really happy with the training, so, that's it.
It was informative.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Parker?
Here we got 2 new vendors,
3?
2,
Oh, no,
and 1 change.
I stand corrected.
Winter police equipment, document number 071414-01.
Do I hear a motion to approve document 071414-01?
So moved.
Debbie moved, is there support?
I'll support.
I'll support it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Mercy Health Lake Shore Campus, document number 071414-05.
Do I hear a motion to
I'll support.
adopt? Do I hear a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Debbie moved and Lyle supported to adopt document 071414-05. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
And then we just have a name change, Lake Welding, and bought out by Praxair Distribution. So I just gotta have that in, so we can change the address and all that.
Do I hear a motion to approve document 071414-06?
So moved.
Debbie moved,
Second.
Don supported. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Mr. Larry? First item is painting of the air trailer, document 71414-02.
Okay, I gave you a letter explaining why this has to be painted, and the bids that I've gotten, 2 written, 1 verbal. Any questions on that part?
You actually are asking for the board to approve the painting being done by Northland Collision.
Correct, and that's what I was getting to now. I just want to know if there were any questions on any of the reasons for that.
The only question I have, Larry, is that, when we give them back to the DNR, do we have to repaint them before we give them back? Okay.
No.
Okay, so once we paint them, we don't have to have them repainted?
Correct.
Okay.
Whoever gets it next is responsible to paint it their colors. Okay.
So I'm asking the board for approval then to get the air trailer painted by Northland Collision. That was the lowest bid, and I've seen their work. And,
Have you worked with either one, or just with Northland?
I've seen Northland's work on Holton's equipment.
Okay,
I have not worked with either one.
okay.
So this is for both the air trailer and the van?
No, the van will be separate.
Yeah,
The pressure's on us now to get the air trailer done, because they're a little unhappy with the fact that we haven't done it since they gave it to us. So that's what I'm pushing on that.
Okay, so this is just the air trailer?
Right.
Okay.
I am getting estimates on the van, but that, we'll have to see if it works into the budget this year.
Okay.
okay, I'm seeking approval to get the air trailer painted by Northland Collision, document 071414-02. Do I hear, Don made the motion? Do I hear support?
I'll support.
Debbie supported, roll call please.
Don,
Yes.
Debbie,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lyle, Melanie.
Aye. Motion carries. That's for the Northland Collision one. Okay, the next thing was the update on the duty shift program.
Okay, I gave you a copy of the report from Deputy Chief Barron. He's the one who administers the program, so I think it's a very thorough and accurate report. Just to add, well, this will go into the next item on the list.
The
The dry hydrant, okay, that's another thing that they did over the weekend, and that's all I'll say about that until we get some dry hydrant.
Okay, does the board have any questions regarding the